And Phil, that is the first gold medal ever won by the Chinese in world swimming and diving competition.
And the Chinese.
And also an Egyptian judge in the 7th chair. Now, this is our leader right now, Gao Min, only 15 years old.
Same dive, and what a finish. She's getting up higher off the board than any of the other divers, including Kelly, who's probably the strongest diver in the competition.
What a story she has been so far. The top qualifier out of the preliminaries. And look at these marks, 9.5s, a couple of them.
Well, she finished that dive above the board. That was great. She's part of the Chinese youth group coming in.
3.0 degree of difficulty dive.
You talk about 3.0 degree of difficulty. Remember the judges' scores. We throw out the high and low and multiply the middle group by the degree of difficulty, so it's very important.
Here's the story so far. Gao Min of China.
And another great dive. She just hasn't missed. But one thing the Chinese have done in the past at the Worlds and at the Olympics, they've looked great early on and choked at the end of the competition. She hasn't missed it all yet, and maybe she's part of their new breed.
Bill, you've got to love this entry here by Gao Min.
She finishes the dive above the board and is straight in every time. Look at those scores. Really don't see where they took much off.
And certainly will add to her lead with that dive here in the 7th round. There's her coach, Shou Yingming. We talked with him yesterday through an interpreter, and he was real excited about Gao Min's chances going into the finals. This certainly has proven true. She is the leader. Only 3 dives to go in the women's springboard final. Well, there certainly is no choking going on here in Madrid. Still 1-2, and this is our leader, Gao Min of China.
Was great. Same dive in the tuck position. Curled up in the ball, spins a little faster, and just a perfect entry. Now, she's part of the new breed of Chinese divers. The Chinese now are recruiting their divers based upon how big they're going to be, what shape they're going to be.
Well, a little bow to the audience here, and Min must certainly be feeling comfortable right now. Only 2 dives to go, and this was another super one in round 8.
Well, they picked her early on based on her physique and what they projected as her growth. She had great extension. Look how high she finishes the dive, above the diving board.
Her legs were apart, however. Does that
well, that's why you
lot?
saw the scores go from the 7.5 to 9. Some of the judges sitting out a little further at a different angle can see that, and they will take off for it.
Gao Min, our leader. Li Yiwai of China is 2nd. Bob Kova of the Soviet Union is 3rd. The leader of the women's springboard final is 15-year-old Gao Min of the Republic of China. There's her coach.
That difficulty factor, but here it looks like they gave her a little credit for doing a harder dive.
Now let's see how the youngster hangs on to her lead. She has to be feeling the pressure right now.
Well, this is the same dive, but only in the tuck position.
Has won 5 international meets this year. Really her 2nd year of international diving. She hasn't missed any.
Nothing wrong with that. That was terrific. The only thing the judges could take off from is that little split in the tuck, meaning she brought her knees apart. You can see it real well here that she spins with her legs apart, but a perfect entry.
So Gao Min with 8, 8.5, the 9 in there. Another outstanding dive here. Only 1 to go.
She's had just enormous energy all week.
She has widened her lead over her teammate. Bob Kova is 3rd, and Michelle Mitchell is still in medals for many years. Women's diving really has not had one particular figure who stands out above all the rest. There were so many who could win this. Perhaps we are seeing the coming out party for Gao Min, 15 years old, from the Republic of China.
She did a great performance. She just hasn't missed a dive all day. And there's no doubt about that's first.
And there's Shou Yingming, her coach, and I believe he knows that she has locked up the gold medal.
Now he's waiting for the scores, but it really doesn't matter.
And Phil, that is the first gold medal ever won by the Chinese in world swimming and diving competition.
You know, they've been favored. In 1982, they were favored to win a couple of events. Almost frightening to think what they might do in 1988.
Xu Yingming told us that Gao Min is not famous at all back at their homeland, but I'm sure she's going to be tonight as she'll bring back the gold.
Chinese had great support all afternoon.
So, Min will win the gold medal. Li Yihua of China takes the silver, and Bobkova of the Soviet Union will win the bronze medal. Janyans of the Netherlands was fourth. The Americans finished 7th and 8th.